All right, it is now recording.
All right, welcome to DeepVision podcast. I'm your host, Matt DaddyHookHand.
I'm Hume.
I was expecting you to do like a subtitle of some sort.
You thought I had you
yeah.
on that long pause.
I was thinking about it. I got caught in translation. My co-host there.
No. I
No,
thought Hume
me.
was gonna say
'Cause I
something
just
else
went,
besides just Hume.
I single sentenced it right there. It was, it was beautiful. Just leaving Tommy hanging, making him look like the awkward one when I'm the awkward one. It's great.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. I am Tommy, also known as Phostration.
Yeah, you didn't plug your name, Hume.
Yeah, I know. I'm Hume. That's my name. I sometimes go on Twitch.television and
Well, we're supposed to plug that at the end. Calm down. Hold up.
well,
This is great content, by the way.
sure, definitely. Yep. As I sip my Pepsi.
But anyways, how are you guys doing? What have you guys been doing ever since we've left off from the last podcast?
You know me. I like taking long walks on the beach that span up to 6 miles at a time. And then I walk the 6 miles and then I realize I have to walk 6 more miles back. And then I'm very tired. And I lay down and I plan D&D stuff.
Interesting.
You
Tommy.
know, I don't think you meant to, but that sounded kind of depressing.
It is what it is. All right.
Okay.
What's the depressing part? Planning D&D stuff while he's tired, or the 12
The
mile?
the walking part sounded tired. I just walk around until I'm tired.
I mean, no, the other day actually, the first time I did it, right? I only did like 4 miles in one direction, right? But then the tide started to rise like significantly faster than I thought it would, because like the part of the beach that I was on had a lot less like ground between the actual water and like the high ground. So I had to book it all the way back. I had to jog 4 miles, and that was fun. I beat the tide though. I didn't end up having to wait at all, so that was
Wow.
nice.
All right. Well, uh, I know I said yours sounded depressing, but mine probably does too. Let's see. I played video games. I
Okay.
worked,
Mhm.
and yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, really, the thing here is mine. I at least got to do like the cliche. Oh, I enjoy long walks on the beach. You know?
You go
yeah,
outside.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Who goes outside?
Yeah, what the hell?
I do. It's fun out there. It's sunny and warm. There's a beach.
Yeah, we
Disgusting.
live in Montana.
True. It wrecks.
There's no beaches out here.
Yeah, just bitches.
You can go to a lake.
Yeah.
And what? It's fucking like 30 degrees outside all day today too. Like what the
Go to
hell?
a lake, get covered in algae, freeze to death.
Yeah, the usual. Just
Yeah.
Montana things.
Just Montana things. We're freezing to death 40% of the time.
Yeah.
But then we're complaining about how hot it gets too.
How?
Honestly, yeah.
How do you complain about heat? Heat is great. It was 70
No,
today. Oh, beautiful.
that's not hot.
Exactly. But to us it is up here in Washington. Oh, baby. 70? Let's go.
But what
Alright.
I've been doing is I finally concluded my rank up to diamond in League because I wanted to, because I'm streaming a lot more League and I want people to start taking me more seriously as a content creator for that game. So
Yep.
I figured I need to get to diamond, right? That's kind of like the bare minimum I have to be at to be like, okay, this guy probably knows what he's talking about, right?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
either
yeah.
that or you're just abusing Yasuo
I'm
or
not
Yon.
abusing. I abused Rel. I do have to admit that. I played Rel and Galio.
Yeah, I wish I owned more than like 5 champions.
Don't you?
Yeah, I own less than half of the champions, Tommy.
How long have you been playing League?
I started in season 1, and then I took a long hiatus, and now I've been playing for like, what is it? 3, 4 years, 4 years, so 5 years once you add that season 1 into there, and I have less than half the champions.
How's that even possible?
I go outside sometimes, you know.
But anyways, I think let's get into it. So the topic of this podcast, this episode, is going to be video game tropes, the ones we like and dislike, and it's kind of like a good, the bad, and the ugly, and stuff that just needs to go, or stuff that we think they should keep. So, who wants to start off?
I
Well,
think you should start off because I
I
think you
should
have
start
a
off.
long list, and Tommy and I each brought one thing.
Yeah, I'll just name some
Hume,
stuff.
how'd you know?
Oh no, it's like I wrote this episode.
It's
Oh
okay, it's
no.
okay. I'm the research team, right? Right.
Yeah, yep.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
But one of the one I want to start off talking about, because I know people have mixed opinions about it. I hate when a game makes you lose all your fucking powers from the beginning, like from so there's two parts of it, right? One in the middle of the story where you get knocked out or you get hurt and you lose all the fucking powers you get for about, I'd say, about 2 hours, or you start a new game and you earned all these powers before. It's a sequel, right? And then you lose all of them and you have to relearn them, and then you only gain like 2 extra powers of add-ons. Looking at you, Kingdom Hearts, I fucking hate this trope. More than anything, it just seems like nonsense. It feels like bottomless nonsense, and I can't do it every single time. It's just like, oh yeah, I lost all my powers that made this game cool at the end.
So
Yep.
are you talking about like sequels? Sequel
Yeah.
Yeah,
tropes?
sequels.
Okay.
Like going from an initial game to a sequel, you lose all your powers. But you know what? I have something to say on this topic. Super Mario Brothers. Not only do you lose your powers between games, but you lose your powers mid-level. And what a series! What a franchise! They do it right.
I don't think that's the right comparison.
It
Yeah, wait a
definitely
minute.
isn't, and that's why I made it.
Okay.
Yeah,
How is it a great point then, if it's not what we're
I
talking
didn't say it was going to be a great point.
The contrarian.
I'm just here to argue. I'm in that silver mindset right now.
But staying on topic, I don't think I've played very many video games where I've had to deal with that. I'm trying to think here, but yeah, I can't think
Yeah,
of
I mean,
anything.
Square Enix.
Yeah, Square Enix is the masters at this, right?
Yeah.
Also another trope I wanted to talk about was and this is like for all media, including video games, where for some reason they think you need to feel for the main villain. Like they're like, "Oh, you spent all of this time fighting him and hating him, but this is why he's actually like this." It's I think it's really insulting to the consumer. And this can happen in sequel series. I mean, look at, say, what the Hunger Games did, right? Um, you spent the entire series of the Hunger Games. I know it's a video game, but like this is just a prime example um, of hating President Snow, and then they want you to like feel bad for him, like he's the protagonist in this new book. Like, it's just really insulting to me, where you spend all this time wanting to defeat this enemy, and then video games go back uh and this is another prime example, Gears of War 5. I don't know how many I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Gears of War series, but the main
No.
bad guys are these creatures called the Locusts, right? And you start hating on this character named Queen Mithra, or Queen Myra. It's been a while since I've played those games, but and spoiler alert, you find out in the 4th and 5th game that the main character of this series is going to be like the niece or whatever of this evil person, and you're gonna have to figure out why the locust attacked and stuff, and why these, because originally they were monsters, right? They're monsters that came out of the ground that were attacking humanity. And now they just want you to feel bad for them and shit. I hate that. I just think it's insulting to the consumer.
I think so. I think it is pretty common, but I think if it's done well, it works really well. Uh, to bring in a movie trope or a movie example like you did, uh, Avengers with Thanos.
No, big no for me, fam. That motherfucker could have just snapped and doubled all the resources in the universe. Instead, he's like, everyone must die.
I know. Okay. I'm not saying obviously he wasn't right, but what I'm saying is they did a good job in kind of explaining his logic. He's delusional, right?
Yeah.
He had a pretty weird upbringing and shit.
And I think what you're looking for is he's stupid. He lacks brain power.
Sure, but my example still stands. It worked in a way to where you kind of feel like I don't want to spoil like parts of it in case people have not watched it, but when he has to make
alert.
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, so when he like sacrifices Gamora for the Soul Stone, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, you felt bad for him, but you still hated him, but you felt bad for him.
I would feel worse for him if he didn't abuse his children.
Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Like, it's kind of hard to feel bad for him at that point, because it's like, is he upset about losing a daughter or a punching bag?
My point stands. I think in that scenario where they tried to make you kind of understand where he's coming from.
I
it
agree
works.
with where you're coming from, but I think it's a bad example.
Okay.
Humanizing a character is very different than what a lot of video games or the Avengers cinematic universe does with their villains.
All right. Do you have a better example?
I don't know off the top of my head. I do not.
Okay, the Joker was pretty good.
I'm just picturing Nasus, but with Thanos' head.
What?
What?
Was farming.
Why? Why is that what you think of?
I don't know. I'm a broken human.
What the fuck?
There's also there's this other, so this is kind of like I don't know how many story games everyone here plays, but and Hume brought this up when we were talking about Kingdom Hearts. Where there's two things that they do. One I hate and one I love is one where you could unlock secret bosses. Like in the second one, you could fight Sephiroth, right?
Yup.
But on the other hand, there's a game Hume brought up where if you complete everything, you can play as Mickey Mouse, and I hate that because I hate when you have to complete the entirety of the game, and then there's nothing left to do with this secret unlock character you just had, and I just think that's a waste of time.
Yeah, 358 Days Over 2. Beat every quest on the hardest difficulty with multiple characters. Unlock Mickey Mouse. Let's go. And then you don't play as Mickey Mouse because you beat the entire game on the hardest difficulty.
I guess it's just there to be like, yeah, I did it. I have Mickey Mouse.
I have Mickey Mouse. He's the OP character.
But yeah, I don't know. There's some things that I just, especially in story games, that I just feel like are bottomless nonsense. I just like another example, because we have to fill time. I'm kidding. Is foreshadowing. Like, you know, this person's gonna be evil, and then there's this big unveil of him actually being evil, and I'm like, that just seems like such a
Yeah, and
lame
let's
to me.
not like
Yeah,
big
that's
brush say
not really
foreshadowing.
foreshadowing. That's like, what do you? I don't even know what to call that. Like, because foreshadowing is the definition of it is to be subtle about it,
Yeah.
about like
Most of the time
telling
they're
things.
not, though.
It's
That's
a
what I
form
hate
of
it.
irony. I forget what form of irony it is, but it's you know something that the protagonist doesn't know, and it's big evil guy is evil. Oh no.
Ah
How
ha
could this have
ha.
happened?
Ha ha ha.
And then on the flip side of that, there's the trope where big evil guy isn't evil? What?
Yeah, exactly. All these reasons, all these tropes I'm naming off is just one of the many reasons of why I hate the Kingdom Hearts series.
Here's the thing, so many of these tropes were great when they were like
Don't
not
let Wyatt
common
hear
and
you
not
say that.
actual tropes. Like when they were original ideas, they were phenomenal. And then they just it's like, oh really? Oh cool. I've seen that 5 times this year. A little bit
Yeah,
overused, don't
like
you think?
the secret boss thing, spoilers. With Persona 5 Royal, at the end of the game, you can fight the protagonists of Persona 4 and Persona 3, which I think is really cool. Like it's a, tipping your hat to your former work, and I actually really do enjoy that. But unlocking a playable character is not, in my opinion, worth worth the space in a game.
Unless the game has a lot of replayability, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
Yeah, but at that point you're playing a roguelike, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
probably.
yeah.
um,
um,
yeah.
Yeah.
all right. Do you guys want to name? And if I'll just name some more if we
No,
need
no.
any more.
So I was talking to Jordan earlier today, and I was trying to explain to him what tropes were.
Oh
And
no.
oh yeah, it's really funny. I had to explain it to him first what it was. But one that he brought up, which was pretty good, is in the Far Cry games, or I guess the any survival games in general,
Yeah.
where it's always you gotta climb this tower to unlock part of the map.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
gotta climb to the top of the power pole. You gotta climb to the top of this makeshift wood tower, and then that way you can actually walk the other place. Because otherwise, ooh, you don't know what's over there.
Yep.
Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed.
Oh, that is in
Well,
so many
well,
open world
Assassin's Creed,
games.
you could actually go to the places. You just couldn't see the mini map.
Okay, all right, all
Yeah.
right.
I
Yeah.
mean, also even just more than that, in games like I think did Skyrim have a system where it was like you had to go up to a thing and solve a puzzle in order to mark something on your map for you? Wasn't that a
No. Once you found it, you marked it.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pretty much start the game and you save up all your money and you travel around in the horse carriage with your money to unlock the entire map. Then you can fast travel to all the major
Well, you
Okay.
could
cities.
walk through the entire map too if you
Oh,
wanted.
I might
Yeah,
be
but
thinking of just Dragon Age then, because there's a feature in yeah, I think it's Dragon Age 3. It just looks a lot like a Skyrim asset. Um, but there are like points on the map that you have to go to and like solve a little puzzle and then like scan around visually on your screen and then it will like highlight things on the map, and if you just went to those things without highlighting them first at this other thing, you cannot collect them. And it's like, oh,
That sounds interesting.
it's
oh,
I
and
don't like when you have to do something to unlock a part of a map that is like just already there, already exists.
Yeah.
that's another overrated game, Skyrim. But
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I think it was definitely. I mean, I put a lot of fucking hours into that game.
it was good for a year, and then after that,
They remake it too much for sure. I did not like Skyrim personally, but I also have a monkey noise that plays on inside my head on repeat all day long. So we talked about it in the first
Yes,
podcast.
yes, yes. I
Yeah.
know.
um, I don't know. The enemies were like super bland. I know this is not what the podcast is about, but um, since I said it, I might as well explain my reasoning.
New podcast title: Why We All Hate Skyrim.
Whoa, we all. Hold on.
I just think it's one really it's really boring to me. And to be honest, I don't really like super open world games. But one, the enemies were like all the same, and all the big bosses were literally the same because you had to fight dragons. That's the most like interesting thing in that entire game is the Wabbajack quest. That's the most interesting thing in the game. Like I think the leveling system was kind of meh. Like the coolest thing to me was building my own character and then the Wabbajack quest.
That's fair. The entire game is a snow level. That's all I have to say.
There's some green areas. Come on.
Sure. Some.
The Thieves Guild area.
Uh-huh.
It's green.
Sure. What if I don't want to be a thief, Tommy? What if I'm honorable?
Well then you didn't play like most Skyrim players played.
Just play every single quest.
Stealth.
Stealth 100. No,
I just think it was super overrated. Like
I guess it just takes a certain type of person to play it.
Ooh, laying down the gauntlet there, Tommy.
What?
I just think people I don't know, they're way too obsessed with it. My brother has purchased that game 6 times already.
Oh, I've
And
only purchased it once.
He claims it to be like one of the best games ever made, and it just makes me want to throw up because I think Oblivion was better. And that's just me.
Yeah.
But one of these times we'll get into a gaming hot takes podcast, or maybe we'll hey that'll be the first. Maybe we'll do a segment every podcast. Hot take of the day.
Did we
That'll
do
be my
hot takes
turn.
last podcast too?
I mean, I
pretty sure everything
feel
Hume
like if
says
I
is a hot
open my
take.
mouth, it's a hot take. Like,
yeah. I mean, like Legends of Zelda: Breath of the Wild isn't that good.
True.
Ooh.
That's just a second Skyrim.
Ooh.
Skyrim with a hang glider.
I know a lot of people that would disagree.
Oh yeah,
it was a tech demo. It's so empty. Like that game is so empty, and I don't know. It just seems like an overpriced tech demo. It just feels empty and really repetitive. I'm gonna get a lot of flame for this if people are listening.
Yeah.
People are leaving the podcast as we speak.
Jordan is gonna drive to your house and beat you up. Because I know Jordan's listening, right, Jordan? Right, buddy?
I don't think Jordan played Breath of the Wild.
Oh, perfect. Well, then you're fine, Matt. You're safe.
He did play Skyrim, though.
But be careful. Don't insult any games that Jordan likes.
I don't know. I personally like I said, maybe it's not my fond of open world open world games, but it just felt really empty, and it was just like, look at what our Switch can do, and that's what all they were trying to do with the game.
I got a hot take. Elder Scrolls Online is better than Skyrim.
Whoa. We're just gonna pretend you didn't say that.
Joking. Don't murder me.
I was about to.
I do have more hours. Wait, I have like 100 times the hours in ESO than I do in Skyrim.
Why? It's so boring.
I don't know. It was more fun for me.
Really? I played it for a little, and I wanted to fall asleep.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I played it with friends though.
Wow! Imagine having friends.
Yeah. All right.
This is my description of Breath of the Wild, by the way. Breath of the Wild is a tech demo with no soul in its storyline and vast wastes of nothingness or sameness in its landscapes.
You're really just trying to get people to fight you in the comment section.
Hey, any exposure is good exposure.
Okay.
Oh no, there's some bad people on the internet, Matt.
I mean, I also said I hated Kingdom Hearts, but
Yeah,
I mean,
Wyatt might come after you for that one.
Wyatt? No
Yeah,
one's
Wyatt
scared
loves
of
Kingdom Hearts.
Wyatt.
And Sora is a terrible character. But anyways.
Moving
Keyblade.
on. What's another trope that you like or dislike?
I think it's Hume's turn.
Oh, is it my turn? Yeah,
Yeah.
my trope is about video games, but it's not in video games.
What?
I hate that if I say the word gamer, you immediately think of like either someone who has bad skin, like lots of pimples and shit, or someone who is scrawny. Like,
Don't you have both of those?
no, I have neither of those, Tommy.
I actually, when people ask me, like, I don't tell people I'm like a gamer or anything. I'm like, oh, I play video games. I fucking hate the word.
Yeah,
gamer.
you have to like learn how to like skirt around it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm
"Oh,
a
yeah,
gamer.
every time I do this, that, you know, if I have nothing else to do, maybe play some video games.
Wait,
yeah,
so this isn't no. Hold up. Before we get too off track. This isn't a trope. This is like a
Stereotype.
stereotype.
Sure, yeah.
Why the hell did you bring it? What the
I don't know,
fuck?
Tommy. Listen, I'm not gonna make the monkey noise 2 episodes in a row, all right? But I'm bringing it here, and I just want to say, for all you gamers out there, 2 things. Do some push-ups and be tactful about how you mention that you like video games.
For all
Trust
you gamers out there,
For all you gamers up there,
make sure you stop saying the gamer words.
Oh yeah,
don't say the G
yeah.
word.
Gamer words. Do not say gamer words. First of all,
Looking
let's
at you,
get rid of
Wyatt.
gamer words.
Looking at you, Wyatt.
Wyatt's so creative with his gamer words too.
Honestly.
Yeah,
It's bad.
yeah. All of us have seen the doc, Tommy.
Yep, I know.
It's-
I made sure of it.
By the way, this podcast is completely off the rails.
Yep.
At this point.
This is what you said you wanted natural conversation, Matt. This is what happens when I talk like free
But
flowing.
that wasn't a trope. That wasn't a trope.
All right. I dislike that healers in video games are mainly female characters.
That's a
Okay.
pretty good one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember yesterday you were naming all the male healers in League
Yeah,
of
there's 3
Legends.
of them in League of Legends. You got Tarek, Bard, and
Oh, Bard? I don't think Bard is gendered.
Is Bard not gendered? Okay, 2. You got Tarek, and I forgot the other one because who the fuck plays support?
There's another male healer?
Yeah, there's another male healer. Oh god, who is it though? I'm gonna have to launch my League client to look.
Is there?
Yeah, there is. I went through every champion yesterday with Matt to figure out how many female healers there were and how many male healers there were, and then I didn't write it down because I'm a really smart person.
The monkey noise.
It's just playing on repeat, all right?
I can actually set it up so that it plays that sound every time you say a monkey thing.
I
should it
hate how
be-
good I am.
Or should it be the
Yeah.
monkey that like has like the what is
His
it?
little symbol.
Yeah, the symbols. It just
Yeah,
ding, ding.
That's actually what I thought it was.
No, I literally. But yeah. Let's see. I wish I could filter
Oh, Alistair?
better. Alistair, you found it.
His passive.
Yeah, his passive heals. He was the
Rakan.
third.
Oh,
Rakan.
Rakan.
There we go. Rakan.
Three.
Okay, that's right, because we decided that Bard wasn't gendered yesterday.
Yeah.
All right, so Rakan, and then I made an argument for Zillion because he resurrects, but it's time magic, not healing magic. So
Yeah.
like 3.5, we'll say. But yeah, and then compared to like just to name a few, you got Nidalee, you got Soraka, you got Sona, you have second Sona,
Nami,
Nami,
Senna, Kale.
Jonah, yeah, just so many.
Well, like it's the same with Overwatch, right? There's like
Yeah.
there's like 2 male healers, I think, Baptiste or Zenyatta, but Zenyatta's a robot, so I don't know if he's gendered or not. They are gendered.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a trope like that where the female is always the support. Like it's always the supportive character. It's the same in I don't know if you guys remember this game, but Brute Force.
Never heard of it.
Really? Okay, I don't know if
Never heard of it.
Nope.
I'm not like older than you guys, right?
I'm older than you by like a week or something.
I thought. Oh yeah, you are. You are.
Yep. That's goddamn right, and don't you forget it. Monkey noise.
Monkey noise. But yeah, here's a couple of. Is there any more tropes you wanted to talk about from your end, Hume?
No, I think I covered it. Don't use gamer words. Be tactful about how you mention liking video games. Do some goddamn weight training.
Also, personal hygiene.
Yeah, that one's great. You don't want to have pimples? Wash your face.
Just take regular showers.
Also, don't like pile up trash in your room. I pile up trash in my room, not because I'm a gamer, but because I don't have a
because I have
garbage
depression.
can. There you go. Yeah, we'll say that one, even though it's not true. I don't actually have that much trash though. I don't know. I need to get a garbage can up here. My garbage can is tiny. It doesn't even reach my knees.
Pathetic.
Okay,
Honestly.
so before we get into the game of the week, I just want to like rapid fire and see if there's any things you want to talk about on these tropes. I hate the required tutorial and tips.
Oh, bro, you would love Mega Man. No tutorial at all.
I love Mega Man, dude.
Mega Man's so good.
I just think I'm okay with the tutorial, but I sometimes feel like most tutorials last way too fucking long.
Yeah.
I
think making the tutorial optional is good and bad. Because for people that are like replaying the game, obviously they might not want to do the tutorial again. But I'm speaking from personal experience. When there's a tutorial for a game, I'm very, very inclined to be like, I can figure it out myself.
Yeah,
I've definitely done that before and then restarted a game.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, you know what? That one's on me. That one's fair. That one's on me. But I like having the option to skip the tutorial. It's just sometimes I'm a little too bold. There are mechanics that I didn't know were going to be coming into play that I no longer have the option to use.
Well, so as a seasoned gamer like myself,
oh god,
I'm okay with restarting a game if I fucked up, right? But people like Jacob, where
I'll do this to him every single episode. That's so mean.
That's our trope for the podcast.
Where they get frustrated easily because they didn't look at the tutorial. And then they don't want to play anymore, and they refund the game.
Okay, to be fair though, Dark Souls doesn't really have that much of a tutorial.
Yes, it
Dark
does.
Souls doesn't have a tutorial.
It kind of does.
Okay. He's talking about you could read the blood piles at the beginning.
Oh yeah, I guess. You think Jacob knows the button for that by default though?
Wait, you're talking about us laying into him and you're just sitting here laying into him like that?
Yeah.
Listen, I get to.
Is that how that
I've
works?
known him the longest.
I think Jacob would disagree.
Yeah, he would. He would say that I'm the only one who isn't allowed to because I'm lower rank in video game.
Lower rank?
Aren't you a higher rank in Valorant though?
Oh yeah, but not. Yeah, I don't know.
And I don't know. This is the last trope I kind of want to talk to you because like I think everyone will have an opinion on it.
Okay.
I hate the "it was just a dream" or
Oh yeah.
it was just a flashback, and then I feel like there's such wasted time. I feel like it's like, oh, I'm getting super into it. Oh, and then they wake up, and I'm like, oh, I feel
And
like I
here's the
just
thing. Here's the thing for me. If it was just a dream, give it dreamlike qualities. Hint
Yeah.
at it throughout. Let me, as the player, be like, wait a minute.
So, without spoiling too much, Bloodborne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Play Bloodborne because of this trope specifically too. Among many other reasons to play Bloodborne, if you have a PS4,
Or
just play it.
PS5.
PS4. Yeah, I think it should work on PS5. But yeah, Bloodborne is a fucking beautiful game. Fucking amazing.
Better than
Honestly, I
Dark
like
Souls.
it more than any of the Dark Souls. That's my little
Oh,
rant.
okay. Okay.
That's
Yeah,
it. That's it.
but I'm okay though. Okay, there was one instance that from recent memory that I can remember that I actually really liked was because it gave the dream like, you know, properties. In Resident Evil 3, the remake, they like were showing like in the dream state it was like, grayish and stuff like that, where you kind of knew, but this person was an ex-cop who was going insane because of what was happening in Raccoon City. Um, I thought that was super good, but I just hate when games or movies or anything happen where there was like, oh, it was a vision or oh, it was this. I was just like, ah, it just makes me angry.
Yeah, this is pretty common in like a lot of media, not just video games, because you end up building all this story, details, and tension, and then all of a sudden it just nothing adds up for it. There were no stakes at all.
Yeah.
And having taken a creative writing class is actually one of the things that are brought up pretty often, is to make sure you never have an ending like that, where
Yeah.
I can't remember
I
what it's called specifically, uh, but where the decisions that the protagonist made didn't matter in the end.
Yeah.
There's
You
a
yeah.
want
term
high
for it, but I
stakes.
can't remember.
You want high stakes and you want things to matter. And yeah. But that said, ding ding ding, look at the time. Hey, you there watching. If you watched this far, you probably enjoyed the podcast a decent amount. You should hit the like button and maybe consider subscribing. All right, I'm gonna leave for a little bit because that
Okay.
was painful to do. Ugh.
You didn't have to do it.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could say that now while we're on the podcast.
Okay. So continuing our conversation before we were so rudely interrupted by Hume. Advertisement Hume. I found the term. It's called Deus Ex Machina.
Oh, Deus Ex Machina?
Or Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
An unexpected power or event saving a seamlessly hopeless situation, especially at a contrived plot device in a play or a novel.
Yeah. A machination from the gods.
Yeah.
Or, in other words, plot armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels like bottomless nonsense. It's just like, oh, cool. I spent all that time, and now it feels like whatever I did.
Didn't
Say, because
matter.
sometimes it'll take like 30 to 45 minutes if they're doing it for an intro of some sort, right? And I'm just sitting here like, I just feel like I wasted time. I feel like all the knowledge and everything I gained from that was just worthless. Um, So yeah. Anyways, I think it's time for us to get into our game of the week. I think
All right, I think I'm being saved for last, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy, you go.
What? I'm going
Game
Yeah,
of
first?
the
Tommy,
week.
go. Game of the week. You prepared
Game of,
for this, Tommy.
what was my game of the week last week? Remember it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this week is definitely going to be Satisfactory.
All right. I see that you have a list to go down.
No, it's just so the new update for Satisfactory just came out, update 4 for early access. And I gotta tell you, these motherfuckers that create this game, they put up they put so much fucking like what the hell is the word? complexity into the game while still keeping it like challenging, but not too challenging where you get frustrated. I've played. Let's see, how many hours have I played in Satisfactory? Actually, it's kind of a lot. 204 hours of Satisfactory.
Oh,
Yeah, nothing to scoff at. I've played every single map start that they have, going from the very easiest to the most difficult. Played all the way to the ending stage that they had for the previous updates. Uh, and I gotta tell you, it's just so fun because you just learn more ways to optimize how your factory is supposed to go. And as they add more updates, they add more ways to optimize. Like, what the hell is this? There's fucking hovercrafts now? I had to use fucking trains to transport stuff before.
Back in my day, we
Back in
used
my day, we had
trains.
trains, not hovercrafts.
Oh man.
But yeah, I obviously it's not a game that's for everyone. Uh,
these are Tommy games, by the way.
Yeah, so if you like factory building, Factorio, stuff like that,
High complexity, steep learning curve.
optimization stuff, then this will ejaculate the nut for you.
And that's really the phrase you're gonna go with?
Yeah.
Ejaculate the nut.
I tried to think of a different one, but that's the one that came
Not
to mind.
crack the nut, not bust
No.
the nut.
I wanted to go
Ejaculate
because of the complexity. I wanted to go with the more scientific term.
I see. Better terminology. Right.
Yeah. It was the right decision. I'm not going to go back on it.
All right. So, anyways, Matt. What's your?
I guess I could have said ejaculate the semen.
Oh God.
Anyways, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Please. What's your game of the week? For the love of God.
So my game of the week is actually, it was originally going to be Magic Online, but I'm getting back into Magic, but I'll talk about it another time because I'm still trying to like figure out what I want to do with it.
Oh, like next week.
Maybe. So the game I've been playing a lot of is Age of Wonders Shadow Magic. It's a really old RTS game. And that I used to play as a kid with some of my friends. And it's the reason I love it is because one, it's a fantasy aspect. And you get to choose a different race, and it's really funny to me because if you're undead, nobody likes you. And I usually play undead because, for those of you who don't know, I usually have a name that's Necron, and that's comes from this game. It's because each kingdom has a king, and the king of the undead is Necron. But yeah, it's really funny because some of these old time games, RTS games, have like some of the best politics you can have with like non-playable characters. And they'll just be like, we don't like you because you're a zombie or some shit like that. And I've just been having a blast with it because I remember in this game, when you get into little battles with your creatures, you with your units, you can see what happens in the battles. You can watch a simulation, and sometimes some random bullshit will happen where your super strong unit will get like crit shot by an archer, and you're just upset. It feels like an RTS game with a little bit of Fire Emblem chance. And I don't know, I've just been spamming games on that just because of one, I think it's probably the nostalgia factor of why I'm having so much fun. It's actually the game that kind of got me into RTS games. But yeah, that's what I've just been spamming. If you guys want to look like at a good RTS game and want to go down some memory lane, I'd go to Age of Wonders Shadow Magic. Don't do Age of Wonders 3. That game was awful.
Very noted.
All right. I have a lot of old games that I like that I think we need to talk about because I just looked at your game and saw what it was like, and I have some games we could play together, Matt. Yeah.
You should get Age of Wonders Shadow Magic.
I could. Possibly. Maybe someday. Oh,
It's just it's a really fun RTS game. It's like really slow because of course it's like an older RTS game and it doesn't look that good, but it's so much fun. I loved it. This game with all of my heart. So, but anyways, Hume, you're up.
oh yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm ready. Oh, my game of the week is I've played so few games this week to start off. I played Valorant, I played League of Legends, and I played some Fire Emblem, and then I played this game, which I spent so long searching through Steam queues. I have almost 2,000 viewed games looking for the perfect
Bruh.
balance of a new game, a fun game, and a controversial game to talk about on the podcast. And we're all going to be playing it and talking about it in depth more next week. And God, I hate this is going to be that this is being recorded because my game of the week. It's so painful to say because I was playing it and Jacob just started messaging me like, "Hey, you okay, bro? What you playing there?" But my game of the week. Oh God!
Get it out there! Come on.
My game of the week is Succubus Prologue. God, that sounds so awful to say as a sentence. We're all going to be playing it and talking about it next week, so I'm trying to keep this short. It is a Doom-like, and the actual gameplay, very, very fun. It's Prologue. It's a free demo of the game because the game hasn't come out yet. It's hack and slash. It's doomy. You're in hell. I don't know what else to say. It's a lot of fun.
You have yet to tell the most important detail.
There are titties in the video game. Crazy. In Succubus Prologue, the video game, there are titties. Have you ever wanted to play Doom but with titties? Well, now you can. Except, personally, it's gonna be a hot take next week, but I don't think this is a game for people looking for titties. Like, once you play it and you see the health kits, you'll understand. It's a little bit more metal than you might think it is. But yeah, that's my game of the week.
You forgot to bring up the fact that it's banned on Twitch.
Yeah, well, it's an adult. It is rated AO, which is adults only, and all AO games are banned on Twitch.
I don't understand why.
Yeah, I mean, you'll understand when you get, I think, 3/4 of the way through the first level. By the way, only 2 levels, so doing your homework, not hard at all. Free, 2 levels, 3 difficulties. There's story, normal, and hard. I played on story to get through all the content, and then I'm going to be playing on hard just to, like, actually have something to talk about other than what you two will be talking about next week. Because I think it's going to get really hard playing on hard. Like, difficulty-wise.
What's gonna get hard?
Difficulty-wise. It's going to become more difficult when I play on hard mode.
Are you sure you're not playing with one hand?
I could not play this game with one hand, even if I wanted to.
So when you were talking about this game earlier, I thought it was going to be like a multiplayer game where we could play together.
No, it's a single player Doom style hack and slash. You get
With
spells,
titties.
you get weapons, and you just run around carving things up. It's a lot of fun combat wise. You get to kick people into spikes. Oh,
Are we recording our gameplay and then someone's cutting it up for the podcast? Is that something we're doing?
I guess I could do that. Yeah.
all right.
Comment down below if you're interested in that type of content.
And I want people to comment and see if there's anything else because I don't know how long talking about this video game would, and we usually like to keep these podcasts at an hour. If there's anything you want us to talk about, if there's any questions or you want to get to know more about your hosts or co-hosts, just anything, we'll answer most questions, and if they're not too like extremely personal. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to hear from you guys. I think our last podcast is at what 75 views is the last time I checked was yesterday, I think. But yeah, if you guys are watching, I hope you guys start commenting below if you hate my hot takes. I would love to hear about it. Um, but yeah, I think that does it for us. I think we're gonna wrap up, and remember to catch us all at Twitch. My Twitch is DaddyHookHand, and I'm gonna be doing just more of the Smurf on just Shaco support, and I'm just because I like to torture people. And I'm gonna get back into Persona 5 Strikers, and also we're getting a group together where we're all gonna be playing some Stellaris, and we're gonna be streaming that. So I hope if you guys enjoy this, I hope you guys join us for our Stellaris streams. That would be fun with chat involved and stuff. So, anyways,
Yeah.
I'll let you guys sign off.
Hey Tommy, what's your Twitch.tv?
My Twitch.tv, that would be twitch.tv/Phostration. What about
Crazy.
you, Hugh? What's your Twitch.tv?
Oh, my Twitch.tv is Hi, I'm a pro TOO. And I'd like to also say we have a Discord, everybody. We'll be sure to link it underneath this video, or I'm
And or
assuming everyone's just watching the
audio.
video version of this. Yeah, I mean it's on YouTube, so it's a video, right? But yeah, we have a Discord. You can come play games with us, just talk about things.
Flame us.
Flame us.
I mean, yeah, they're just gonna flame us, but
But
Hey,
I did want to
any-
mention a little bit more about the Stellaris.
okay, go.
So it's probably going to be pretty similar to how a D&D game would go, because we're going to want to make sure to have people that will be able to play at the same times as each other, commit an hour or more in a single day to play, kind of set up your empire. Like, if you wanted to, you could really go into the story of your empire, but the average Stellaris player will just pick their traits and then get ready to go without any backstory. So how you do that is up to you. But
that's lame.
if someone watching is interested, do join the Discord and let us know.
Wow, that's wow, great.
And the last thing before we're gonna try to get this on I can't remember what the site is called, but we're gonna
Buzz
try to get
something.
our podcast. Yeah, and with that, we're gonna try to get it approved with Spotify to post it on there. So, because I know some people like to just listen to Spotify and stuff in their car or at work. So, if you
Yeah.
guys want to give us a listen there, we'd love to have you. You'll notice some changes on the channel because we're messing around with thumbnails, we're messing around with logos. But yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Peace.
I make the thumbnails. Bye.
I will be making the logo ? Bye.